pissed. I'm gonna let you crush it.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, just hanging out by our little lobby here. Got some dope views. But I want to record a quick video on how Juan and I are some struggling entrepreneurs, all right? It's probably contrary to the majority of videos that you see on YouTube where everybody's talking about how well they're doing and how awesome things are always going. So, you know, make sure you stick around, all right? Because you're gonna learn something that probably not many people want to share with you, all right? And the truth is that, you know, when I was first getting started with entrepreneurship, literally all I wanted to do is just quit my door-to-door sales job, you know, be able to provide for my family, and at the same time, just be able to live life on my own terms. So fast forward, you know, 2.5, 3 years or so after quitting my door-to-door sales job and going on with e-commerce full-time, you know, things have changed a lot, all right? Not only have my skill sets, you know, 10x, not only has my income 10x as well, and also the quality of my lifestyle. But the thing is that we're still struggling. So, you know, how does it make sense that I'm doing, you know, 10 times better than I was doing 2.5, 3 years ago when I was, you know, getting doors slammed in my face, getting kicked out of houses, getting cops called on us literally when we were just trying to make an honest living, to now, right? Not having a job, you know, not having a boss, and not having anyone to, you know, really control the way that I spend my time on a day-to-day basis. It's a blessing, but also it could be a curse sometimes too. So here's the deal, okay? When I was first getting started, and you're probably, if you're just getting started right now, you're struggling, okay? You're struggling, and, you know, maybe you're struggling with getting your e-commerce store up and running. Maybe you're struggling with finding your first you know, hot and trending product. Maybe you're struggling with launching your first, you know, marketing campaign that actually converts, that actually brings in sales. And here's what I want to tell you, okay? Because after I figured all those things out, after I figured out how to build, you know, an e-commerce store that actually converts, and how to continuously find products that, you know, sell like wildfire, and how to consistently launch marketing campaigns that just bring in sales like clockwork, I am still struggling, okay? Because here's the deal. The truth is that even after meeting some of the world's most successful entrepreneurs, you know, guys like SAMIR, guys like Tai Lopez, you know, just really a bunch of other people that are not really, you know, celebrity entrepreneurs, but are very, very successful entrepreneurs. And I'll give you another example, like my brother-in-law, who is a scientific engineer, right? Scientific engineer out in New Hampshire. One thing that I've realized is that they also struggle, okay? So no matter what level you're at, there's always a struggle to get to that next level. And the beautiful part about entrepreneurship is that you get the biggest breakthroughs when you're struggling the most, okay? So the biggest changes in your life, the biggest changes in your income and your lifestyle are gonna happen right at that point when you're struggling the most. Because when you're struggling the most is usually when you're under tremendous amounts of pressure, anxiety, and that's usually when a lot of humans tend to perform the best. So here's the deal, okay? If you're looking at everybody on Instagram, on social media, on, you know, on YouTube and whatnot, talking about how amazing things are going for them and how amazing, you know, and how perfect their life is, I want you to realize right off the bat that it's bullshit, okay? It's not true. Because, again, right, you're always struggling to get to that next level. And that's where you get your growth from. So the biggest difference between beginner entrepreneurs and more seasoned entrepreneurs like my boy Juan and I, that have been at it for, you know, 3 years now, in the e-commerce space to be specific, and people who have been at it for 20, you know, 30, 50 years, is that when you're first getting started, you're very, very uncomfortable with the idea of struggling, okay? Because you're probably working a job that pays you consistently, probably living with your parents, you know, where you don't have to worry so much about bills and stuff like that. But as time goes on, as you keep growing as an entrepreneur, one thing you're gonna realize is that, yes, you will always be struggling to get to that next level, but the way that you're able to handle that struggle and that pressure and that anxiety just becomes second nature. So it doesn't really bother you on a day-to-day basis or on a scale, you know, the same way that it would when you're first getting started. So here's my tip, okay? Because Juan and I, you know, again, we have been at it for a real long time. We've, you know, changed our life completely and our income completely and our lifestyle completely. But at the end of the day, you know, literally at the end of the day, we still struggle to get to that next level. And, you know, the number one thing that I can share with you guys on how we're able to, you know, handle that pressure and that struggle is recognizing the fact that we are not the only ones, okay? We are not the only ones that are struggling. And two, whatever we're struggling with the most, once we figure it out, that means that we have become more valuable. Okay, so when we were trying to transition, for example, from drop shipping, okay, for those of you guys that are in e-commerce, or you've been following my story for a long time, you know, Juan and I actually started off with drop shipping. But after a certain point, you know, things really got tough with drop shipping, right? As ad costs went up, as, you know, as the market became more interested in instant gratification and trying to get their products, you know, within 1 or 2 days or so after they order, you know, thanks to Amazon, right, for setting that new standard. We realized that drop shipping wasn't as, you know, as sweet, as profitable when we were first getting started. So we started struggling within our e-commerce business. So we realized though that, hey, once we figure this out, once we figure out how we can transition or how we can pivot into a model that's more profitable, then, you know, we're going to become more valuable, because there must be other people out there that are also struggling that are probably going to give up. So if we can just get over this struggle, get through this hump here, and figure out what's actually working in the e-commerce space, you know, in 2019 moving forward, then we will be much more valuable. And it's exactly what we did, all right? Although it took a little while, some sleepless nights, some anxious, you know, days, we were finally able to unlock what we call micro branding, okay? A new form, a new model of e-commerce called micro branding. I'll put a free training, a free case study to the link below, which you can check out. But again, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to let you guys know that even though, okay, from the outside perspective, if you're just getting started, you're looking at an e-commerce, you're looking at an entrepreneur that's been in the game, whether it be for a couple of months, a couple of years, and you're like, wow, look at how much they don't have to struggle. I want you to realize that you will always struggle. You're always gonna be having to figure out how to get to that next level. And it's never easy, okay? It's never easy. As a matter of fact, the only difference between, you know, somebody who's just getting started, like I said, and somebody who's a little bit more of a seasoned entrepreneur, or somebody that's been an entrepreneur for, you know, tens of years, is that they just become more comfortable in that zone of uncomfort, okay? They just become more comfortable being uncomfortable. And, you know, that's why you could see some people that are a lot more seasoned entrepreneurs, and, you know, they're on Instagram, on YouTube, or whatever, and it just doesn't look like they're actually struggling. Well, it's because they just know how to put up with it. They know how to get through it. So, like I said, one of the biggest ways you can become comfortable being uncomfortable is realizing that on the other side of that comfort zone, on the other side of that struggle, or on the other side of that obstacle, is a more valuable version of you. Somebody who is now even more comfortable with being uncomfortable. So hopefully you guys got value out of this video right here. If you get value out of these low quality kind of, you know, just me snapping wherever I'm at our place, when we're riding around, doing whatever, wherever we're at, just go ahead, hit the thumbs up or hit the subscribe button. Now, and leave a comment as well, all right? If this video gave you some insight to the reality of entrepreneurship, all right? And the truth that there is no such thing as a level where you're not struggling, okay? So hopefully you got some value. Like I said, hit that subscribe button and make sure you check out that free case study below. Juan, anything you want to add, bro? You don't got no heat for him? Yeah, make sure you guys go check out Juan's videos. He does a lot more higher quality. Right, Juan?
That's what it's about.
He does a lot more high quality content, but reason why I'm not focusing too much on the free content is because we're all focused on our actual products and actual programs, on, you know, making them the best in the market. But anyways, that's a different topic for another time. Hopefully you guys got some value. Love y'all. Make sure you subscribe for the 10th time. And yeah, I think Juan is about to go get in that pool, dude. No?
You should.
I think he should, bro. I think they're waving to you too, by the way. So yeah, I could be a little bit distracting out here, but we try to work as much as possible. All right, I'm gonna just end this fucking video. Peace. Love y'all.